I want to know the buzz this election day morning. I read it all last night. It's hugely fluid. What's the single thing you're focused on this early election morning?
Good morning, Tom. It's going to come down to turnout. The Democrats focusing on getting out the vote of the African-American community in a state that has really never voted for a Democratic governor or senator in decades. Meanwhile, on the right, Judge Roy Moore, backed by Steve Bannon, campaigning in a rural part of the state last night. And they're focusing on getting out the rural vote as much as they can. This vote here in Alabama, with polls set to open in just under 2 hours, has really become a flashpoint in a moment of American reckoning in which lawmakers, business leaders, as well as athletes and media elites have really dealt with the fallout of an ongoing sexual harassment and sexual misconduct cases that have really captured the attention of American culture.
Charles Barkley, the basketball player, showed up in support of Mr. Jones last night. This is the band of black voters as a generalization across the center of the state. How do you get the black vote out today? Is it literally door-to-door combat?
Tom, it's Charles Barkley against Steve Bannon. I mean, last night when we were at the Roy Moore campaign rally, Roy Moore told his supporters, and as well as to the state, if you don't think I have the right character for this, don't vote for me. I spoke with several undecided voters who said that they're sick of both candidates, quite frankly. They've been inundated in this state with millions of dollars worth of ads. Steve Bannon delivering a more than 30-minute speech ahead of Roy Moore's comments, and really hardly mentioned Roy Moore. He talked about how he feels this race has become to mean much more than Roy Moore, and that it's really a defense of President Trump. So on the right, they're digging in, they're doubling down, and on the left, Doug Jones trying to walk this line, because this is a conservative state. He can't fully embrace progressives by any means, but Charles Barkley trying to give him that last-minute hope in the fourth quarter.
I mean, within all this is how Mr. Bannon was received. On a national perspective, Mr. Bannon is a lightning rod for controversy. Joshua Green from Bloomberg's book on him was hugely acclaimed this year. Exactly how was Mr. Bannon received? You were in that room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was warmly received last night, and he was. In addition to that, there were several conservatives, folks who spoke. They lambasted the allegations of sexual misconduct against Judge Roy Moore. Roy Moore was there with his wife last night as well. They feel that they've been unfairly gone after by the media. But again, I mean, I spoke with a lot of undecided voters last night, including Republicans in this deeply conservative state who are bothered by these allegations. And if you're outside of Washington, what this means is, should Roy Moore win, it could present more of a political theater, so to speak, when he gets to Washington if he's not seated by the Republican Party.